So did what's the 441 Martians, peace, love, and all that goodness. How y'all living? Peace, peace, peace. Straight. Yeah, man, we got Venus on the docket. We talking about Venus, the attribute that belongs to the passion, the spiritual side of you that has a deep yearning for love. And when we're talking about love, it's not always a love of a person, because those things are reflections and relations. But Venus deals with more of the actual pursuit of happiness, enjoyment, fulfillment, the actual heart space being filled with joy. And y'all probably listening like, what the fuck? Venus is not necessarily the octave that deals with just relationships. There's two octaves that belong to Venus. You have, you have three. It's always an exaltation, and you have Taurus, Libra, and Pisces. So Taurus deals with the love of self, the awareness that you need to pour into yourself. You need to guide yourself into the right health mannerisms. You don't want to be a glutton for the foods that you love, but you may love food so much that you become a cook and you prepare wholesome, great meals for others. That's how Venus kind of works. So you have the other octave in Libra. Libra is the actual relation of love. So that portion does deal with relationships and values within interpersonal situations, may it be friends, neighbors, friends, or your partner, your close loved one. Then the exaltation of Venus, it handles Pisces, and Pisces is the strongest use of Venus, because its ability to tap into the unseen, it can bring a unheard of, unfelt type of energy of love to the table. So Venus is made up of those three octaves, and regardless of what your chart is or how your chart is set up, you can always utilize Venus as the leverage to getting what you want. So check into your chart, see where Taurus is, see where Libra is, even see where Pisces is. Check what's going on in your second house, check what's going on in your seventh house and your 12th house. And those things will give you a small culmination of energy that can be credited to this Venus placement, this personal planet. This is a very interpersonal energy. So when you're handling Venus, you're going to always have the awareness that you put yourself first, and you are able to pour into yourself so that you can relate to others with love, and that's Libra. And when you have the full culmination of self-love and love for others, you can exalt the Venusian energy, and you can have a more dreamy, unseen realm type of energy that you can pull into these 3D ethers to value at a high quality of heart space energy that is useful. Your chakras are in succession. You can't get to the heart space without passing through the sacral, the solar plexus, and you have to clear space through these all to get to this love space and this ability to illuminate. And the light bearer is Venus, so the illumination comes within. So once you have that exaltation of love, you're able to bear the light and pass it on to others. And this is what the notion that the devil is represented in the Venus aspect in astrology. So this is the devil in so many words, because if you allow this energy to get out of control, or you allow it to manifest in a habitual offender or a addictive nature that that Venusian quality and exaltation is Pisces, and Pisces rules and handles the energy of addictions. So there's a fine line of exaltation and being overindulged in something. You become overindulged in something that you love, you may lose track of the actual vision or the actual grounded nature of the truth. So you want to remain grounded, Taurus, and you want to have that balance, which is opposite of Pisces, Virgo. So these signs are all here with a balance. So you want to remain aware of what all balances each other out so that you can ride the seesaw accordingly. This is a lot of information for you to pack up and to find the guidance within self. But if you sit with your chart, if you sit with these lessons and information, they give you a actual guide map of how to get to where you're going. Where is your Venus sign? Just real quick, look at your chart. Your Venus sign may be in your 9th house. So you're going into a realm of awakening, philosophizing truths, and you're going to be spreading truths throughout, because the 9th house is a representation of Sagittarius, and that Jupiterian quality is there, and you're able to fill a room with positivity and allow that room to expand, and it expands so much into a balloon so that it can float and ascend to another level. You feel me? So as we wrap up the personal planets, this is Venus. We did Mercury, we did Mars, and we're on Venus now. You have a culmination of interpersonal energy, and those interpersonal energies are usually something that come from within, and everything usually comes from within. But when you're dealing with the outer planets, those are generational planets, and you may stand on accord with a group or a generation of people. So you may have a 9 to 10 year span with Neptune, or a 12-year span, or how many ever years with Pluto, and those people within those ranges, they have a similar minded notion. So when you're talking about love, this is quite contrary, and we haven't gotten to this planet yet, but you deal with Pluto. Pluto is the transformation, and we all know that love will transform you, and we talking about that heartbreak love that you give to the opposite member of opposite sex, and you are attaining the intel, and you become balanced to the point where you do not need a partner, and the intervention comes when you have a entanglement becomes a heartbreak from a array of things. You got cheaters, you got liars, you got misunderstandings, all kind of different things happen in relationships that builds the trauma, and it transforms the way that you perceive, the way that you relate, the way that you operate within relationship statuses. So all that's a mouthful to say that you work with Venus to find your passion, and you work with Pluto to handle your core abilities to love your partner. Yeah, so that's Venus, y'all. Peace, love, and all that goodness.